So I thought it'd be handy to make a video showing how to remove and replace CMOS batteries on what should be the majority of these styles of battery sockets. And I have a pile of boards that I've salvaged out of my recycling bins to show what they look like. And this should give you a general idea of the majority of the sockets. You're going to see some variation just because of whatever reason, but yeah. And you first obviously want to make sure that your PC is unplugged before you do this. These are just boards, so they're already unplugged. And generally it's recommended that you use plastic tools. You're going to see me using metal tools in this video because I don't care. I guess. I don't know. I don't recommend using metal tools, but anywho, so I'm going to make a little clip here of each board with each style of socket and show how to do it. So I'm going to start with this server board first. I believe this came out of an R710. These sockets are really annoying. So you'll notice there's two little like triangular pieces of plastic that go over the battery, and then there's two clips on the other side that hold it down. And basically you want to get under the battery from the clip side, but you gotta be really careful because usually these are surface mount solders, so you can see how these tabs that are soldered to the surface of the board, these rip off really easy. So generally what you want to do is you want to kind of hold the plastic down when you get under it with your pry tool and gently pry up on the battery and kind of work your way under like so. And then once you get it enough of an angle, it should just kind of angle itself out. I might need to pry it a little bit more. These are really tricky sockets and really easy to break. When you are prying under it too, you want to make sure you don't mangle the battery contacts. If you somehow squish it down, they are somewhat springy, so you can just gently lift the tabs up. Just be careful not to do it too far, otherwise you'll snap the metal. Once you get the battery out, to reinstall the battery, you angle it in on the little triangular side that holds it down, like so. And you kind of push it first into that at an angle. Once you get all the way in there and it's seated towards that edge, you can push the battery down and it'll click into place. So this is a Lenovo board, and it has the most common type of battery socket that you'll see. And you'll notice on the side here, there's a little tab with some fingers that kind of stick out sideways that hold the battery down and also contact the surface. Generally speaking with these, if you have a fingernail, you can just kind of pull it back away from the battery and the battery will pop out like that. And then from there, when you reinstall the battery, put it in an angle under these little hold down tabs and then just push it into place. This is another common type of battery socket you'll see, which is one of the more annoying ones. So you got this section of plastic here that holds down the side of the battery, and you got your two little locking tabs, which you probably should get even closer so you can get a good view. Those are kind of tricky to work with. Generally people want to kind of pry them away from the battery, but you'll end up cracking them in most cases. What you need to do, focus. Can we focus, please? There we go. What you need to do is you need to push the battery inwards towards this section here, because what's under that little piece of plastic is like a V shape of your metal tabs that contact the battery, and that's producing like a springy resistance to push it back towards these two little locking tabs. So you kind of get under it at an angle with a tool and you'll push it in. You'll notice that there's a little bit of a gap there now, so I push it inwards towards the left, and once you push it in far enough, you should be able to not do that, do that more controlled. You should be able to basically reset there. You should be able to clear it past those locking tabs without too much force. Depending on the design, the socket can be kind of finicky. This one's a more springy one apparently. But yeah, you'll just kind of pop it out. Once you get it out, you put the new one in. Same deal. Put it at an angle, pointing towards this side where the springs are. So you can see those two little springs inside of there. That's what's pushing on the battery to keep it against these little locking tabs. So I put it in this side first, and you need to push it towards those little springy tabs and then push it down so it'll clear. You probably could force it down without doing that, but it's just easier to push it a little bit sideways first, then push it down. So the design of this battery socket's a little bit screwy. You'll notice that you have a spring-loaded piece here and then some locking tabs over here. There's a few different ways you can approach it. Generally speaking, for me, I will try to pry this little spring-loaded bit back, which is kind of difficult to do sometimes. And this one's not super springy, so I've gotten the battery mostly loose, and should be able to lift it up now out of the socket. But you can tell it didn't spring back, so you're going to have to gently put it back into position. Then from there you angle the battery in, push it towards that spring, then push it down. You can get at it from the other side and pop it out. It's a little bit trickier. I'm going to set this down on the table so I'm not trying to wiggle my hand. You can get it at it from the other side, kind of pop it out of those tabs as well. There we go. That works too. There's not really a good way to deal with this in general. Luckily, you don't see this type of socket too often. I think this is mostly like a vintage board type of thing. This is an old Pentium 4 board. But yeah. So this is another one of those annoying sockets that you see on newer PCs. This was out of a Lenovo mini PC, I think a 4th gen Intel board. But this battery has the little tabs on this end that hold it down, and then this little spring here that clips down to. And generally, if you're really careful, you can pry it off with your fingernail, pull it back far enough for it to pop up, and you can get it out. But then to get it in, you have to do the opposite. So you want to push the battery, push the battery in towards the spring, and then push it down to lock into place. You can get at it from, let's set this down so I'm not shaky. You can get at it from the back side. There we go. And pry it up. But the problem with these sockets is they're surface mounted, and you can see I'm moving the whole socket, so you run the risk of damaging something. So I wouldn't recommend doing that if you can avoid it. But yeah. The other problem is, since these tabs are so thin, they are easy to bend, so ideally I'd avoid using metal tools on them. You might be fine with plastic, but yeah, not ideal. So this is an HP board, and this has the vertical style of battery socket. You gotta make sure you get the orientation correctly on these, otherwise you're gonna have issues. And currently it's in the correct orientation. But you'll notice that there's this little metal spring here, and that's just kind of casually holding the battery there. It's not really doing much. Like, the battery can wiggle and slide around in there, but it basically somewhat stops it from being able to pop out. But to remove the battery, you'll pry that back and then lift the battery straight up. When you reinsert the battery, you gotta make sure you have it oriented correctly. So you'll notice there's all this metal here, and big flat sides, lots of surface area, and then oops, you got these little springy things. Well, if you put it in backwards like this, you're going to short out the battery. So you want to make sure, if you're not certain how to put the battery in, you want to make sure you take like a picture of the orientation first. But to reinstall the battery, you just kind of slide it in like this. You kind of put it in diagonally in front of that little locking clip, and you just push it straight down, and that should click into place. And yeah, basically you'll be able to tell, because this will be, I'm out of frame, sorry. This will only be contacting the top side of the battery. If you do it the other way around. I don't think this battery has much of a charge, hopefully, but if you do it the other way around, you're shorting it out like right now. Oops. And these can catch on fire and explode, I've been told. I haven't seen it personally, but yeah. So that's how you do those. Alright, this is the last one I'm covering. I'm done with our Dell board, newer, probably 4th gen Intel. And this socket's a little bit trickier to understand because this kind of clips all the way around. And then you see this little piece of metal here that looks like it's a little spring tab to like pull back and release it, but obviously it's not. Now, personally, not recommending this, but I just go in there with a screwdriver, poke down that hole. Once you get down far enough, you can angle it, pop the battery out, and then it really doesn't matter with these. These are actually kind of easier sockets. I don't know, it's kind of complicated. Like you could put it in screwy, but the alternate way you can do it is if you have a plastic spudger, you can get in it from the side and just kind of pry it out like that. You can see here on this socket, it's not a lot of plastic around the perimeter. It's just kind of a bar down the middle of the ring. These are generally soldered. Where's my finger? There we go. The pins are there for the battery socket. But yeah, it's that one's probably one of the least obvious sockets, just because this kind of sends you off on a wild goose chase thinking that's the way to release it when really you gotta poke under there. Now also I did notice I have mangled that, so it's not making good contact now from stabbing it like that, so you might want to use a flathead. Oh, this is a flathead. I thought it was Phillips. You might want to be careful if you poke at it this way so you don't damage those pins like I did. So I would probably recommend going at it from the side with the plastic spudger, to be honest. But I don't think I damaged this enough where it's not making contact. Maybe. But yeah, so if you do try to go at it from this end, just be careful. But that's the last of the motherboards I have as examples. If your battery wasn't dead before changing it out, you're going to have to change your settings, fix the time and all that. If it was dead before changing it out, then you're going to have to do that regardless. But hopefully that's helpful, and thanks for watching.